Hi everybody, Doug Davis with Cowtown, USA, and Outside Again Adventures with Bill Cooper. We're here in the Meramec Spring Park on the winter trout fishing program, and I'll tell you, this is my favorite time of the year to fish by far. There's hardly anybody in the park. I see an eagle when I pulled in. Fishing is fantastic. These trout are so alive in this cold weather. It's a sunny, cool day. It is windy. We had a lot of rain yesterday and last night, and river's coming up, which is always great for the bite. So enjoy having y'all. And that's my third one of the morning. And we just got here. Promises to be a great day. Where's these little ones though? They're the...
Catch one, Dougie?
I did. Fish on. Nothing like these wild fish.
Look at them. Look at them. They are strong.
I'll tell you what, the little ones, they put on a lot more of a show than the big ones, that's for sure. They will do anything to get off this hook. And big ones are fun, but little ones are a great laugh and a lot of fun. But don't get blowed in the river. This is actually a decent sized fish. He's not huge, but he's a pound and a halfer. Well, he might go, yeah, pound and 3/4 maybe. Well, I was going to hold him up, but he didn't give me this with a white marabou jig today. It's a little big one for a fly rod, I think, but the color's good. Catching fish today. I think this is our fifth or sixth fish. I'm losing count, and I promised I'd try to keep count today, so we're going to call it number 5. And like I said, you can see out there where that moss is lighter green, and it's higher out there in the center than it is on the edges. So I'm either working the edges of that light green moss. In that case, I threw right on top of it. But that seems to be where most of the bites are coming from right now. Now, being a jig, I am jigging it a little bit. It's deer season. And I'll tell you, I skipped the first 3 days of opening rifle season to come trout fishing, and it's worth it. The crowds just aren't here. Get the river all to ourselves. I think I counted when I come in, and there were 3 other fishermen in the whole park. Let him go. Time to come to these Missouri state parks and do some trout fishing, because it just doesn't get any better than in the winter. I think the crowd is definitely more of a professional type crowd, guys that love doing it. Of course, there's no dough bait out here, which makes flies very successful, flies and jigs. Personally, I do a lot of jig fishing out here with my jig rod. One of my favorite things to do. And I use most generally 2-pound Maxim fishing line. If the river gets real cold and clear, I may even drop down to 7X, which is a very light line, and you've really got to play them hard. But that's a pretty desperate situation if you see me put that on. Now you may have noticed, folks, we've moved down a little bit. We're staying on the same moss bed, but these fish are working up and down on that moss bed. Not sure why they're doing it, sunlight or wind, but they seem to be adjusting up and down on it. The bite kind of quit on us there, so we moved down just a notch. Aha! Right, getting us a good day of fishing there. Got a little blood going. Yeah, betcha. Yeah, sharks be circling here. You know, we were talking earlier about fly fishing. You know, having a mentor or somebody to teach you how to fly fish and what to buy and make your jigs for you or your flies, get you light years ahead of where you would be in normal learning. You know, I just can't say that enough. You know, it was the same with me in bass fishing or even red fishing. You know, I had great mentoring in both. I have an uncle that done bass tournaments since 1972 and got me involved in fishing. And there again, his experience that he passed to me is just, you can't buy it. And the same with the red fishing. My stepdad was born and raised on the Texas coast and took me out when I was a young teenager. And hope it didn't come out. Taught me where to go and what to use. And there again, he's not with us anymore. But, the knowledge he gave me is, you just can't replace it. And the same with the trout fishing here. A guy named Stacy Gibson pretty well babysits me on this fly rod still yet today. And I've not been fly rodding that long. This is maybe my third season with it. Still got a lot to learn. I know a lot of guys that watch this that are real fly rodders probably laughing at the way I'm doing things. But I'm catching fish, so that's really all that matters. Well, everybody, we're still here at Meramec Spring Park. We are now at what I call the infamous bathroom hole. They call it the bathroom hole because the bathroom is right behind us. It is a place, it's one of the most popular fishing places in the park. If you come down here in the spring or even the summer, this is hard to even squeeze in here and fish. But here we are on a nice winter catch and release day. We're the only ones here, so I figured I'd come down and give it a shot. See how it goes. Oh, we had one on, but I'll let him go. For some reason, fish naturally hold up here. It's right before a small drop-off in the river, and fish like to stack in ahead of these rocks. We call it the riffle, or the bathroom riffle. And you'll actually see pods of fish here, which is always very interesting. Good call, Bill. I didn't see him. yeah, this is like going snipering right here. It's easy to have a good spotter like Bill Cooper. Yeah, I couldn't see him chasing it. He said, "You got one chasing." I'd slow it down. Directly he come up and got it. And like I said, that's another nice thing about the marabou. It is a jig, you can float it, you can jig it. It's just it's a very, very versatile bait. I've seen people throw them on spinning rods for years, but they work equally as well, obviously, on a fly.
Doug was kind enough to quit fishing for a while. He probably caught 2 dozen fish. He's going to let the cameraman fish.
Yep.
I got one.
He did too. Look at the colors on these fish, folks. My gosh. It is. I think the colder it gets, prettier they get. That may just be me, but this is a nice little female. All right. Come on back, baby. Come on back. Yes, I am. This time she's going in the net. Yeah, she's a pretty fish. I might have got the hook out of her. Alright. Okay, everybody, we're going to talk equipment a little bit. I had to stop to retie here. Important things to have with you when you're fishing, trout fishing in particular, is a good pair of needle nose pliers. Mine have a real good sharp pair of cutters on them. And one reason I do that, when I put on my strike indicator, the stick that you put in there to hold it is really long. I like to trim it off pretty short. Use my pliers to do that. And of course, I debarb my hooks, which legally you have to do in catch and release. So then pliers are good for debarbing that hook. I just give it a good squeeze. Always keep a good pair of hemos. And as you can see, I've learned by putting a retriever on here, it keeps me from losing them, and they're always there where I need them. Got a good pair of snips here, same way, keep them on a retriever. Now I wear a wading jacket. It has a lot of nice pockets. I can kind of organize my stuff a little bit. Today I'm using my G Loomis fly rod. I believe this is an 8'6", and there again I'm using a 2-pound Maxim line, just standard line that I buy at my local fishing shop, and seems to really make the difference. As you can see, I have velcroed my stuff up here. Now, clothing wise, winter fishing clothing is the most important thing. And that's going to determine how long you're going to be able to take to be out there. And things that I do, I start off with a base layer. I've got my Under Armour on. I wear Under Armour pants also. Now, speaking of pants, I buy just old Army style pants. And I can tie the legs on. And that's very important when you're putting your waders on, that your pants don't ride up. So you'll see me, I'm going fishing when I've got them Army pants on. So I can tie them legs tight. Boots, pretty standard for wader boots. This is a Sims boot. It is a clean stream, meaning has a rubber sole. No more felt soles allowed here in our Missouri rivers. And something very important, I've got on a hood here that's separate from my coat, and it keeps that wind off my neck, which is a major deal. Your neck gets cold, at least my neck gets cold, and I'm done. And gloves. Gloves are very important. Now I wear a neoprene glove. You can see it's got the fingers where I can get my fingers out to tie and stuff. But I usually only wear that on one hand. I've got a standard cotton glove that I put on. 2 fingers cut out of it, so when I put my neoprene glove on, I can get my fingers out of there. Now the reason I wear a neoprene is, you can see when I'm grabbing fish or netting fish, I'm always holding them with my left hand. And this glove will keep you dry. Now you can't dunk it under the water, but handling them fish all day, it makes a massive difference. There again, once your hands get cold, it can be a pretty miserable trip. So the way I dress is pretty well can keep me going all day. I pack a little extra food in my pockets and stuff. And of course, absolutely, my polarized glasses. Now I always wear them fishing, bass fishing, any kind of fishing, red fishing. I've got my polarized on. Now I'm a nearsighted guy. These are actually prescription, and they're prescription Serengetis, and they wasn't as much as you think. I gave maybe $250, $300 to have these glasses made, worth every penny. Let me tell you. I can see them fish out there, and being able to see the fish is a huge deal on the trout, especially on a trout. Hi everybody, I am Doug Davis. I'm the sales manager at Cowtown, USA. I run our power sports division, which is ATVs, UTVs, Can-Am Spider. We also sell Legend SS boats, Ranger boats, and Evinrude outboards. We cater to all outdoorsmen, and for me, it's not like having a job. It's a lot of fun to go to work there, and we talk a lot of hunting, we talk a lot of fishing, and it's what we all do there. It's just a great place to be. Please come on by and see us, and we'll talk some fishing. You can contact us at Cowtown at 573-885-6300, or our webpage is cowtownusaincorporated.com. I think this is our 10th fish.